a man was injected with 2 pounds of snake venom. By nightfall, his body began to undergo strange transformations. Not only did the dead skin peel off his face in large patches, but even while sleeping, he could clearly sense the patterns and changes in nature. The man realized something was wrong and rushed to question the doctor. However, the doctor assured him this was just a normal reaction to the antibody injection. Wei didn't think much of it after hearing this explanation. Unaware he had become the doctor's chosen test subject. The doctor then introduced Wei to his pet, a highly venomous cobra he had raised since it was small. Next, he brought out an iron cage containing the cobra's natural predator. Despite being the king of snakes, the cobra immediately trembled in fear. During dinner, Wei suddenly felt dizzy. The doctor told him this was a normal reaction to the vaccine and promised he would sleep well that night. What Wei didn't know was that the cobra's blood contained one of the world's most powerful hallucinogens. Soon Wei fell into a deep sleep, unexpectedly dreaming of terrifying monsters. Early the next morning, the doctor's front door was surrounded by curious onlookers. Wei quickly got up to see what was happening. The doctor was about to perform a man versus snake show. With calm confidence, the doctor released the Snake King and casually teased it. The audience tensed up in fear. During this intense confrontation, a spectator suddenly took a flash photo, startling the cobra. Fortunately, the doctor reacted quickly, narrowly avoiding disaster. The doctor eventually succeeded in taming the Snake King and even extracted a vial of venom by pinching its vulnerable spot. The crowd erupted in applause and showered him with tips. Not long after, 2 investigators arrived at the door. The doctor's assistant had mysteriously disappeared days earlier, and they had traveled far to investigate. But the assistant had already been transformed into a half-human, half-snake monster and sent to a circus. The doctor made up excuses to send the investigators away. Several days later, Wei had fully adapted to life there and sparked a romance with the doctor's daughter. They went to a small river, stripped off their clothes, and played in the water. Unfortunately, they encountered something unexpected on their way back. It was a half-human, half-snake monster. Wei locked eyes with it and immediately felt uncomfortable. Upon returning home, his body began to mutate. Scales faintly appeared on his arms. By early morning, his symptoms had worsened dramatically. Rather than being frightened, the doctor handed him a sedative, knowing his experiment was about to succeed. But the daughter had fallen in love with this unfortunate man, so the doctor invented a reason to send her away for a few days. Unexpectedly, one of Wei's friends arrived wanting to see him. The doctor naturally refused and sent the man away. However, something felt off to the friend, who secretly returned and peered through a window to check on the situation. What he didn't realize was that the doctor had already spotted him and was quietly following behind with a barbell. The friend circled the house and eventually found Wei, but was instantly terrified by what he saw. The doctor seized the opportunity to attack, knocking him unconscious with one blow. He then locked the friend in a dungeon where a python attacked him, turning him into a tasty meal. Meanwhile, Wei continued to evolve. The excruciating pain was unbearable. The doctor immediately strapped him to an operating table and injected fresh snake venom into his body. Soon Wei lost all human appearance, his body covered in hard scales. His legs quickly fused together, and his head transformed completely into that of a monster. After just 2.5 years, he had fully transformed into a 65-foot cobra. The doctor placed him in an arena, planning an intense man versus snake battle. But when he approached to stroke the snake, Wei suddenly attacked, biting off the doctor's third leg. When the daughter returned home, she discovered her father was already dead. And that's where the movie ends.